This is Majanoni, and welcome to another edition of The Good, the Bad, and the Disappointing. Today, I have a special guest, Cell from Dragon Ball. He will be watching over. The good for the week is Star Wars number 4. Now, this is basically telling the story of, the events of the fourth movie have already happened. The rebels are pushing against the Empire. They're actually causing some damage. But Princess Leia wants to continue the push, but the rest of the rebel leaders are like, hey, we don't have the resources. Well, that's going on. You have Darth Vader trying to secure resources with Jabba the Hutt, and you have a troubled Luke Skywalker. Now, overall, the art is just top-notch. The storytelling is great. Don't get me wrong, Dark Horse did do a good job. I mean, I may not have bought them, but from what I've heard from other people, while granted there were probably some misses, there were definitely hits along the way. And, this to me just seemed really fresh, something that you can jump right into. It's based right in, the Star Wars lore. Current, not really saying not current lore, but it's, familiar lore. And I'm just really enjoying this book as a whole. This has just definitely been a pleasure to read. The bad. Well, I bet you're thinking I'm going to say Convergence, and you're wrong. Because it's Avengers World. This is just plain freaking bad. This book should just be stopped right now. Let the worlds collide, and let's be done with this. Because all this is just basically filling in plot points that they've already gone past in the story. And this basically does belong to, excuse the language, but who gives a shit channel? Because this is really nothing. It doesn't matter in terms of anything. You have Master of Kung Fu doing some stuff. You have Troubled Namor. You got Thor, who's alive, who's technically dead. And it's just like, come on, just stop. Whether this book is late or what have you, I don't know. It seems like basically, you go to see the Godzilla movie and, basically you see the ending and then they rewind it 30 minutes before you got there, and then you get to watch that part and you're like, well, who cares? I already know how it ends. Ugh. All right, let's go with the disappointing. I'm not going to disappoint you guys. It's Convergence. This is just... It's a mess. Let's be honest. King does not have a firm grasp of DC, its characters, how to really tell a compelling story. Now, to be fair, King might actually be a really good writer, but he's got DC editors to deal with. And no matter how good you are, we've seen countless times where great writers have just basically succumbed to the evil of their editors and quit. Now, this thing is, while we do get a little bit of there's fighting. I'm not going to deny that there's that going on, but it's like what's really stupid is like they're on this planet that Talos controls, and the planet is his body. He comes out of the ground and he can't find the heroes, and I'm like, really? You cannot find the heroes? It's a joke, and I'm just tired of the story. It's like, to me, what Convergence symbolizes is DC saying, you fanboys are a bunch of crybabies. You resisted New 52. You let our sales drop, so we're going to kill and destroy everything before it. This way you can't cry that you want it back. See, because the thing you have to realize is, I don't know if you've been looking through previews, but think back. Normally when you go through previews after a big event, what words do you always see? In the wake of, groundbreaking changes, how is this character going to survive in a world that they don't know? Key words like that. you don't see that with the new Convergence title. I mean, post-Convergence. It's basically life is picking up where it left off, but you add a bunch of new titles which may or may not be in continuity. And I'm like, there is going to be nothing significant that's going to come out of this other than they might tie in those new titles. You know, like Batmite. Batmite might have come from Convergence. You know, who cares? You could have had Batmite anytime you wanted to. Regardless, horse manure book right here. Big disappointment of the week for me. No value whatsoever. And this actually is making me really pessimistic about what's going to happen with Secret Wars. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought was your good, your bad, your disappointing of the week. We'll have some more reviews. Like, share. I do the podcast with Collins Freaks and Geeks. Link down below, and we'll have more stuff later. So until next time.